Greetings gamers, in this video I'll be doing something a little bit special and I want to go over some of the 10 coolest collection logs in Runescape. Now I know a lot of people, weird flags from collection log communities, and I was able to talk to some people and make a top 10 list with a few honorable mentions. So I really hope you enjoy, this is really cool, and let's go straight into the first person or the number 10th spot in this list. So the first person on my list is actually Scott VC. He does stream, by the way, on Twitch. And his collection log is very impressive for one specific reason, and it's kind of depressing. But if I go down over here to his clues section, he is actually a pet hunter and he's going for all pets. And he's currently blocked by the Bloodhound. So if I scroll down here, you can see he's done 5,300 masters and he doesn't have the Bloodhound. Now he is an Iron Man, so that is actually the driest Iron Man in the game for the Bloodhound so far. And he's still going for it. Unfortunately, he's not the driest as of yet. Casey went a little bit over 6,000 master clues for his Bloodhound. But considering as an Iron Man having to get the elite clue, the hard clue, the medium clue, and the easy clue to trade in for a master, it's actually insanely impressive and very depressing as well. Not only that, but he's also missing 3 items here, aside from the Bloodhound, including the 2 rarest ones and 1 Anku. So kind of depressing collection log. He should have at least like one of these 3 items at this kill count, but still pretty cool account, and yeah, shout out to Scott. Next person on my list here is actually Insec, I hope I'm spelling that right, but he's actually rank 2 hardcore Iron Man collection logger. Now the reason why I picked him instead of rank 1 is because he's the only hardcore that has the temple, so you can actually show his log, and it's actually pretty cool to have this many collection logs, 1367 on a hardcore Iron Man. Now, it's not necessarily longer to get the collection logs, it's just that some of the collection logs, especially in the wilderness or some more harder PVMing like Coliseum, are extremely hard for people like hardcore Iron Man. So it's pretty cool. It doesn't have that many green logs, so it's honestly like not as crazy as some other people, but I still want to bring it up. And he has not touched Tob as well. He's done some Toa, which is kind of cool. And if I go on other section, for example, Revenants, he only got 3 collection logs, all the easy ones. So nothing too crazy on the account, but still kind of cool, and figured it would be nice to mention him. For the number 8 spot, this is getting really crazy, I want to give a shout out to Zerker. Now his collection log is impressive because first of all, he's a Zerker account, so he has 45 defense. He actually has more EHC than me on my Iron Man, which is also kind of nuts. But what baffles me the most is his boss log is pretty complete, a lot of green logs. But if I scroll down to the other section, he actually has all pets on a Zerker, which is really cool. And frankly, I didn't know it was possible. I assumed some pets would be gated by a certain defense requirement, but that is not the case. And also he has Raids green log, which is really cool too, and a super sick achievement. So that is an extremely cool account on the Zerker as well. And that is dope. Rank 1 collection log as a Zerker. The next person on my list is Kranz. Now he is actually currently the rank 1 group Iron Man collection logger, and considering that the group Iron Man mode came out around 1500 days ago, it's actually really cool because he's time gated to be able to get this. And if you look at his collection log, he currently has 1504 clog, which is actually Gilded Staff today. Now I just want to note he's not the first person as a group Iron to get the Gilded Staff. Some guy called Average Idiot, which is a pretty good name, got the Gilded Staff before Sailing came out, but unfortunately for what I was told from Barry, he burned out of the game since. So currently Kranz is the only group Iron Man with a Gilded Staff until Barry gets it as well. But it's pretty cool. I can go over his collection log, but for me it's not as impressive as the other accounts that I'm about to show you in a little bit. But still quite a lot of progress in here. 44 pets as well, which is a lot of pets. The next person on my list is B1337 Event. Now this is cool because he is actually a level 3 account, and he is rank 1 collection log as a level 3 with 932 collection log, which is actually really cool. And the thing that's hard about level 3 is obviously you can't gain any combat XP, so you have to find some really sneaky methods like with dynamite or poisoning or alting to be able to get certain bosses. And what I find the most impressive here, if I scroll down, he hasn't done that much in the bosses as expected. It's not really possible, but he has still done some, like the Ranged Archaeologist, Green Log, Giant Mole Pet, which is pretty cool. 15 kill count though, that is actually crazy, I did not notice that. And if I go into raids, he hasn't done much chambers. Technically you can Green Log chambers as a level 3, Maybe not the Onyx though, that might be a little bit too hard, or maybe you have to do some secret tech to get that. But what I find the most fascinating here is his clue section. He's missing 2 items from easies and green log mediums, which on alone, that's not that crazy because you don't really have to do any combat. But 118 with 1,000 hard clues done is actually insane. This is not necessarily hard because you can just drop the clue scrolls that are uncompletable and just blow more money on implings because you can get these from implings. But where it gets crazy is elites and masters. So he has 69 elites and got a couple of uniques here, nothing too crazy. But he's done over 100 masters as a level 3. And I'm just thinking about the number of steps that you get in masters that are uncompletable for this guy. It must be insane. Now, one thing to note about level 3s when they do master clues, the hot and cold step, they can't actually get the orb to be able to use that. So what they need to do, which is extremely weird, they have to go and dig preemptively at every single possible location, which means that those steps must take so long. And on top of that, they have to kill the NPC that spawns using some other tech, or I'm not even sure how they do it, to be honest with you. I'm not advanced enough for that. So that is a super sick account and pretty cool as a level 3 as well. Alright, so for the number 5 spot, now we're going to get into the big gamers. So we have Yabiri, who I think I'm pronouncing that properly. Most likely I butchered it, but it's okay. And what is really cool about his account is he's an Iron Man, but he is the first and only Iron Man as of today for green logging elite clues on the collection log, which is super cool. Funny enough, that was actually one of my goals way back in the day to go for this green log, and I ended up giving up on it. But he's completed 4,700 elite clues on an Iron Man, which is considered lucky for the green log, but still a super impressive achievement on an Iron Man, and that is super cool. He even has both of the rare uniques from elite clues, so super cool account, super dope achievement, and he is also an absolute beast. For the number 4 spot, I want to give it to Wiki, who is a clue degenerate. And he is actually also going for Elite Clue Green Log, and the things that are really insane is, first of all, his Callisto log. He's done 258,000 Callisto for Elite Clues, which is just like a disgusting amount. And look at this log, he has 73 Void Waker hilts. Like, what the hell, that is absolutely insane. He can fill over 2 inventories with Void Waker hilts, which is kind of cool. And what is the most insane about his collection log is he's completed Gilded on an Iron Man, so he has all the Gilded items needed on the collection log. But he also has the most Third Age on any Iron Man with 13 unique Third Age, which is insane. If you look at his log, he has some of the rare ones like the Longsword, the Staff, the Axe, the Wand, and then a few of the hard unique tables. If you go into the collection log on the rare hard table, he would only be missing 4 items to be able to green log that, which is kind of cool. He's done a lot of hards as well, to give him credit. 13,000 hards. He's done 6,000 elites and 2,800 masters, which is wild and super impressive. And he's actually still doing clue scrolls. I think he's killing Sarachnis now. So I kind of hope to see him one day complete the elite clue log and the master log and becoming Third Age locked. And he also decided to finally start going for the easy clogs here. He avoided this for a very long time, which is kind of funny. So the next person on my list, I actually do not have access to his collection log because it is not published, unfortunately, but his name is Flash Voyage, and I think I said that with a French accent, but I believe he's Lithuanian, and he's done a total of 322,000 medium clues and 10,800 masters, which is absurd. And he's still doing them, I'm pretty sure, because I remember that number being lower last time I checked him out. He's rank 1 for overall clues, rank 1 for overall medium clues, and rank 2 for masters. And what is cool is he's actually the first person in the game to green log the master section. Now this is back in 2021, and I have picture proof that thankfully Domas was able to find for me. And he green logged at 3,300 masters. Now this excludes the Bucket Helm G, so technically he didn't actually green log at that time. But I'm hopeful that today he has that item and fully green log the rare items as well. I'll be super curious to see his log today because his screenshot is almost like 5 years old now, but still such a sick account. And yeah. For rank number 2, I want to give a shout out to Jabba. Now I'll be honest, I should have checked his log when I did a top 10 collection log review like 6 months ago, but he is currently the rank 1 UIM collection log with 1585 collection log slots, which is insane. He has more than me, and he's a UIM. He can't even use a bank, He also has more EHC than me, which is pretty cool. And just overall, an absolutely stacked account. You can look at all the green logs here in the boss log. He's only missing Corp, Muspa Pet, and Skatizo, Vorkath, Whisper, and Zora, which is pretty cool. He hasn't finished all the raids yet, but if I look at his all pet section, he has 61 pets on a UIM, which is super cool, and I hope to see him complete all pets one day and keep progressing through the collection log, because that is a super cool account. And yeah, shout out Jabba, he is also in the clan. And finally, for the rank 1 most impressive collection logs in this game, I think by far this is without a doubt Sedge who wins it. Now, he is only rank 28 collection log. I'm saying only, he still has more than me, but it is what it is. But you can see here he's rank 1 for EHC. Now, that means that he's technically the most progressed in the collection log, more than Marnie, more than Basiligus, more than any other of the top page ranks. And the main reason for that is for clues. If I look at his boss log, he still has really a lot of boss logs completed. But compared to other like top 3 cloggers, that's not that much because he doesn't have everything finished. But in terms of clues, you can see here he's missing 11 items. And if I click on it, everything is green except for Third Age. And we call this in our community being Third Age logged, where you've completed everything except for Third Age. So he has finished Elite Clues. He was the first person to finish Elite Clues in the game. He finished Master Clues as well. He finished all Gilded items. I believe it was the Med Helm, the last item he needed. And he was actually grinding Hard Clues for that. You can see the 28,000 Hard Clues. So he went dry on Gilded as well. But in the Third Age, he has 12 unique Third Ages, including 2 pickaxes, which is super funny and actually super insane. He's only missing 2 items from the hard specific. Actually 4, I'm cooked, I missed these 2. 4 items from the hard specific and a lot of the rare Third Ages. But overall, an absolutely insane account. He still does Master Clues. He did like a 500 opening, I think it was a few months ago now. So he's still going for, I guess, the Third Age items because that's really the only thing you can get now. But this account is just absolute wild. He still plays, and I honestly foresee him becoming overall rank 1 collection log one day. He still has a lot to go, including a lot of raids, a few bosses, and some other things here that he has to bang out, some pets, and I mean, mostly that, I guess. But I would love to see him being rank 1 one day, and that is actually one of my predictions for him to be rank 1 collection log one day. That'll definitely depend on if he's able to not burn out from the other grinds. But in terms of clues, he has the hardest part already finished, so that is insane. And yeah, shout out Sedge, what a beast. Adds to some honorable mentions. The first person I want to give a shout out is OK Thanks Bye, or OTB for short. And the only reason I want to give him a shout out is because he's technically the rank 1 collection log that doesn't have a max cape and doesn't have an Infernal cape, which is a kind of weird flex, but super funny. Funny enough, he would actually be ranked 19 if he opened his masters. He has 1800 master caskets banked, and if you look at his clog, he has a lot of green stuff, which is pretty cool. He also went the driest for the Supreme pet. He did 29,000 Supreme kill count, which is just disgusting. And green log chambers. And if I look at his logs for elites, he also finished the elite clue log, which is super cool. And lastly, his master log, he's missing a lot of items because he has only opened 148 masters, as for some reason he decided to stack all the masters. So that is a pretty cool account and a decent shout out to give. Is West Stairs, and there's really only one reason to give him a shout out. And if I go in the other section here and I go in all pets, you can see he only has 1 pet, but he has 226 beavers, which is like kind of funny, but there's really no reason to get that many beavers. I assume he does post 200 mil redwoods cutting for beaver pet dupes. That's kind of funny, I guess, but that's really just it. The next shout out I want to give is to Ginny. He has over 10,000 EHC, which is really high, and he's only ranked 948 for collection log because he doesn't actually go for all the other collection logs. He actually went for boss log completion. You can see everything here is green in the boss log, and currently he's going for raids completion. But what is really cool is he has all pets. Actually, not anymore. I guess he did not get the soup pet yet. But for me, what I find the craziest is if I go in bosses and I click on Corporal Beast, you can see he did almost 20,000 corp, which is disgusting, and that was for the pet Dark Core. He got 5 Ellies, 14 Spectrals, and 12 Arcanes along the way, which is kind of funny as well. but that is super crazy. And I hope to see him clog like crazy after he finishes all raids, which I believe that is his goal. So the next person on my list here is Trisk. He's actually a skiller. Oh, he's Canadian as well. I did not know that. And he is a level 1 defense, low combat, like really weird account build. And basically what's funny about his account is obviously he's done no bosses, as you can see from his EHP. But he has a lot of skilling done. 13,000 EHP is pretty crazy. 2.5 bill XP. But he did a lot of farming post 200 mil for 200 mil herblore grind. So if I go into his other section and I go in all pets, if we find his farming pet, he does 63 farming pets, which is crazy to have that many farming pets. Like, that's wild. And also, one funny flex, if you look at beginner clues, he's done 14,000 beginner clues. Like, how? That is crazy. That's a lot of beginner clues. You gotta make sure you really enjoy those to commit that many hours on an Iron Man as well. Now, to conclude the video, there's one more shout out I wanted to give, and that is Happy Beluga. And the only reason I'm shouting him out is because if I scroll down to the other section and I find the... where is it? Did I miss it? Random events. He has 5 stale baguettes, which is kind of funny and pretty insane. I personally have 4, so this guy has 1 more than me, which is kind of cool. And it's the highest amount of stale baguettes I've ever seen. He had 4 a long time ago as well, so I guess he got 1 more since. But that is super sick and a really weird flex. Now, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Definitely a different format, more of a ramble style of me yapping about some cool collection logs. I was talking to Basilogist, Wiki, and a few other people, and we kind of came up with this list all together, and it's been kind of funny to go through them. And I'd be curious to see how these people evolve in the future, and also if new gamers show up with some crazier collection logs. If you have any shoutouts or people that you think I forgot to mention, you can drop it in the comments. And on that note, don't forget to leave a like on the video. Peace out, enjoy the rest of your day, take care.